Well, hello, and thank you for joining me for another iTWire video with top international executives. Today, I have with me Kong Yang. He is the head geek at SolarWinds. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Alex.
So I think probably the best way to start is just to ask you to give us a quick wrap-up of what SolarWinds does and offers to its customers globally.
Thank you for this opportunity, by the way.
You're welcome.
What SolarWinds does is we offer end-to-end monitoring for IT data centers, right? That crosses on-premises all the way into the public cloud.
And I can see from your website you have a whole range of tools, and they appear to be beloved by your customers.
Yes, so all those tool sets are connected by our Orion platform, and the modules, everything from network monitoring to application and performance monitoring to virtualization management and storage resource monitoring, all the way to logging, all of them, plug into the Orion platform.
Sure. So what is it that you're launching today?
Well, today we're launching an interactive website that summarizes the IT Trends Report that we ran for 2016.
Mm-hmm. Now, I understand it's called the Hybrid IT Evolution. So what's a brief rundown on some of the main findings? And I know people can have a look at the report, and we'll have a link to that. But what's some of the key findings?
Three things, Alex. So first, cloud is ubiquitous in there. The respondents, and from that data, the respondents have shown that 93% of them believe that cloud is key to success, long-term success of their organizations. Right. The next point is that not all applications and services are meant for the cloud. So you have 43% of the respondents saying that within the next 3 to 5 years, only 43% will move more than half of their infrastructure services to the cloud, right? Furthermore, 60% said that they don't, see moving certain services to the cloud. And then the last piece of that is IT professionals have come out and stated that they need not only the support of their leadership, to provide the resources that they need, but they need to pick up skills, new skills, extend current skills, as well as gain tools that will allow them to manage and monitor with discipline their new assets and services.
Sure. So what do the barriers to hybrid IT, including security and resource shortages, mean for Australian businesses? And presumably it's similar for the US businesses and businesses globally.
Yes. So what that means is you have a few choices, right? You have to support your existing IT professionals, give them the necessary resources so that they can train themselves, right? Because there is a dearth of security ops professionals out there.
Sure, and technology people love to learn and train themselves and learn on the run. Absolutely. And we love doing that sort of stuff.
And then the other piece is they'll go out and fill in those services from the cloud service providers, right? So cloud providers like AWS, Azure, they're in a race to remove the barrier to consume for services and make it easier such that the organization's customer base can just consume it without having the IT professionals in there. So what that means for businesses is that the IT pros that they have will also have to develop new skill sets, vendor management, have to understand distributed architectures because their applications will live across, with third-party cloud providers as well as on-premises.
Sure. Now, IT pros are facing this dual mandate. They need to increase efficiency and at the same time ensure operation of critical systems. So, how are they doing that?
Yes, so those two mandates, I call them the CIOS SLA, right? So basically the objective of CIOs globally, and service level agreement would be the translation, but in this case, it's an acronym. It stands for secure. So, hey, my direct reports in my IT organization, don't let us get breached.
Sure.
And then the L stands for lean, which goes to do more with less, it's the current mandate that IT professionals currently have, right?
Sure.
Show me that you are maximizing our ROI on the IT spend that I'm already giving to you. And then that last piece, the A, is for agility. And that covers, a few features such as being able to pivot very quickly on technology constructs, not being locked into any particular vendor, always being able to choose the best in breed of services, right? So that's the kind of the CIO's SLA.
Yeah.
And to that effect, the 2016 IT Trends Report showcases that because the top concern for the IT pros who responded was security. Because how do I manage what I currently own and manage something that is off premises that somebody else has insights into, and then it goes into the lean piece, right? Because you have to be efficient.
Yeah.
Do more with less.
Budgets are not unlimited.
Into there.
Yeah. So secure, lean, and agile.
Yes.
Now you probably covered some of the things here, but what are the new skills, tools, and resources that you believe IT professionals should acquire in addition to whatever you've already told us to successfully drive hybrid IT migration forward?
So it starts with having good monitoring as a discipline, right? So when you monitor with discipline, it encompasses 8 core skills. Discovery. So show me what's happening. Alerting. Tell me when something's about to break.
Yeah.
Remediation. Just fix it, right? That's how IT pros get paid.
Yeah.
And then troubleshooting. Tell me the root cause so that we can plan and proceed without running into this situation again. And then you have the higher level skills such as security, right? So that's one of the core tenets that our respondents responded back and said that it's a challenge, right? So don't get breached. And then optimization, maximize your ROI. Automation, let me scale out, right? Let me scale up and down as needed so that I can hit that optimization goal as well.
Yeah.
And then the last piece is the reporting. So if you do, encompass those skills and utilize those skills, those are skills that would enable the monitoring as a discipline. And then you need tools that allows you to bridge that utility from the IT ops piece into the business ops piece.
Sure. Every time you say monitoring with discipline, I think of becoming a kung fu master or something.
Yeah, it is. It's like engineers who have to take the engineers in training tests and to become professional engineers, right? You get a certain amount of experience, and then you test up and submit your designs, defend your design, and then there you go. You are a professional engineer.
A black belt in engineering.
Black belt.
So, considering the challenges in security and resources, in addition to what you've already told us, can you elaborate more on the current trends in hybrid IT adoption?
Yeah, so the current trends show that companies are starting out with the low-hanging fruits, right? Application migration first and foremost. Some folks call it lift and shift into that piece, but the core pieces that aren't going to the public clouds are things that companies hold near and dear to them, what I call their IP awesome sauce. And by IP, I mean intellectual property.
Sure.
So, for example, you have a company like GE, big company, going through a transformation. They've shuttered 12 of their global data centers down to 6, and they're going to go down eventually to 3.
Sounds very lean.
Yeah. And they're partnered up with AWS, right, to do so. But those 3 data centers, they can never get rid of. And the CIO, came out and said, hey, these are the 3 data centers that hold our IP, that, we cannot let go off our premises. We must maintain control, compliance, and discipline on these pieces, in order to disrupt our industry in there. So it gets back into that whole hybrid IT model. And in order to succeed in there, you have to combine the resources and the skill sets, like understanding distributed architectures, service-oriented architecture, vendor management. How many IT pros actively manage their vendors, right? And manage them to metrics such as service level agreements, because usually we're on the back end of that, to our business units in there. So I think it's one thing where IT pros have to add business ops skills, and it goes to the responses from the report, right? That's one of the big concerns that the IT professionals are encountering, is that it's in some cases it's new territories, new frontiers for them. They're not used to that business aspect of it.
Now, towards the end of the interview, I always like to ask if you could share some of the best advice that you've ever received in life to help you get you where you are today.
Sure. I'll share a few.
Sure, please.
In there, first and foremost, keep it stupid simple, right? So
keep it simple, stupid.
We engineers like to make things complex, right? Yeah. To show how great we are. But one of my mentors early on, in graduate school, told me, hey, if you can't explain it to a layperson, then you don't understand it well enough, and that could be very, very dangerous. So I always took that to heart.
Yeah.
If I can't explain it to my parents or my grandparents, then I don't know it well enough, right?
Sure. So what do your parents think about hybrid IT and hybrid cloud?
Hybrid. So they love it because they use it without having to know about it, right? So things like Dropbox, like OneDrive from Microsoft and things like that. Amazon Prime, the Netflixes of the world, right? So they're using these as a services, and they really don't need to be tech savvy.
Sure.
They just and so I think that's the angle of companies delivering these services, is to provide these services that are so frictionless that, hey, you can walk up with a credit card and get yourself into a real big mess, right? Get a lot of EC2 instances, a lot of S3 storage, and then you pay for every transaction up and down. Hey, it's on demand. There's no capital expenses, but that bill at the end of the month might be bigger than you think.
Sure. So sorry, and I interrupted you. I mean, you were sharing some other pieces of advice.
Oh, no. Alex, so the other advice that I get is the devil is in the details.
Yes.
So even as you go through, make sure that you understand the complexities such that you can, explain every decision that you make in there. And the last piece of advice that I've gotten, that I've stuck to, is treat others as you would have them or want them to treat you.
Sure, the golden rule.
That has served me well in the tech community, because it's such a small field, and you never know when that IT admin is going to be that next CIO, vice versa, because we're all rising to the top.
That's it. So do you have any final messages for iTWire readers and viewers, and for your current and future customers?
Yes. So my last message, I would leave you with this. Check out the interactive IT Trends Report. There is a website that should be live for the audience too. It's context aware, so you could pick the region you're in. In your case, Australia, in there, and it will provide insights from folks who responded from Australia. And the last piece of advice I would say is that there is a big difference between monitoring as a discipline and pure monitoring. And I'll leave you with this last bit. Up, down, funk ain't enough.
Is it Kanye or is it Kanye?
Both, sir.
Well, thank you very much, and best of luck with the report, and talk to you again in the future.
Thank you kindly, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.